posted on Facebook, 11th December 2016. Phileas Fogg, Michael Palin, slow coaches both. I'm at Heathrow, about to set off on a very special journey, around the world in 35 days. When I lost my wonderful wife Sue, 4 months ago, I knew I had one particular wish to fulfil for her. Sue wanted her ashes to be scattered around the world, at places we visited and which meant a lot to her. Sadly, we never got the chance to discuss where, so I've had to guess. I hope you're happy with my choices, Susie. So, over the next 5 weeks, I'm doing the long haul part of this emotional odyssey, traversing 4 continents through 10 locations by 12 flights. First stop's New York, then San Francisco, and drive down the Big Sur to LA for a flight to Sydney. There I'm spending Christmas with Sue's sisters, Carol, who happens to be sitting over here, and Daphne, and Daph's children, Bronwyn and Sean, and their families. There's nobody I'd rather share this Christmas with after this year of all years. Then it's a quick hop down to Melbourne and on to Bangkok and Koh Samui in Thailand, followed by Langkawi and Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, where Sue and I spent our honeymoon. Then it's back home. It's going to be very emotional at times, bittersweet to revisit places with so many special memories, but I know Sue's will be all the way. 14th December. Sue and I came to New York 4 times on holiday. Most we visited any city outside the UK. It's fair to say we heart NYC. You know how it is when you develop an affinity for a place. Every time you go, there's a place you always return to or an activity you always repeat. For Sue and I here, it was the Manhattan skyline by night. Surely one of the most spectacular man-made views in the world. Twice we did a nighttime river cruise to look at it. Once we went up the Empire State Building to see the view from above. Another time we took the last ferry out to Liberty Island so we could watch the sunset and the lights come on across lower Manhattan. I can vividly remember Sue standing by the water with me close behind, my arms wrapped around her, the two of us staring at the view. Today I scattered the first of Sue's ashes. Some went into the Hudson River near Battery Park, where the river enters the harbour, with a view of the Statue of Liberty in Ellis Island. The rest went into the East River, from Brooklyn Bridge Park. Now Sue will see the amazing views of Manhattan by night, every day. 17th December. When Sue and I visited San Francisco together in 1995, and Sue had been here once before, but it was my first time, she'd been looking forward to return. We did all the San Francisco things like proper tourists. We always said we'd return one day. When Sue was in hospital earlier this year, recovering from chemotherapy-related sepsis, we decided for our next holiday to finally go back, to drive from San Francisco up the west coast through California, Oregon, and Washington State to Seattle. We never made it. Today I scattered some of her ashes into the bay here, with a view of the Golden Gate Bridge on one side, and a panorama of the city skyline on the other. Much as we both love New York, Sue always said that if she were to live in the USA, it would be in San Francisco, for the more relaxed vibe, the better climate, and the bohemian edge. Now, apart there, we'll be here always. 27th December. In 2002, Sue came to Manly, one of the beach towns north of Sydney, with her sisters Carol and Daphne, to scatter the ashes of their dad, John Riley, near to where Daph lived when her kids, Bronwyn and Sean, were little. They chose a secluded spot called Shelley Beach, a short walk around the coast from the main beach at Manly. A year later, Sue brought me to Shelley Beach to show me. Today, Carol, Daph, Sean and I, with Sean's 2 little kids, Ivory and Archie, went back to Shelley Beach to scatter some of Sue's ashes. Ron couldn't join us because she gave birth to her second child, her first daughter, Lucy, on 23rd of December. The circle of life and all that. Sean took us to this amazing spot on the headland past Shelley Beach, with incredible views of all the beaches stretching up the coast. Sue had loved it. Carol, Daph and I each scattered some ashes in the sea as the waves broke on the rocks around us. As always, I said a few words to Sue and blew her a kiss to follow her ashes. Crouched down on the rocks, I said to her, "Say hello if you can." Moments later, out of the blue, a big wave crashed in and water went all over me, as if someone's hand had reached into the sea and splashed me. I could almost hear Sue laugh. 29th December. Sue and I came to Melbourne together on this very day last year. We had a great time. It's a fantastic city, very relaxed, good buzz, less hectic than Sydney. And to Sue's delight, had more women's clothes shops per square mile than anywhere we'd ever been. We both said it was somewhere we'd like to return. Of course, we had no idea that it would prove to be the location for a series of last time experiences for us. Our last holiday together, our last New Year's Eve, even the last photo ever taken of the two of us, a joking selfie. Only a few weeks later we found out that Sue's cancer had accelerated, spread to her lungs and was pressing on her spinal cord, which meant she had to have chemotherapy. That was the start of the sequence of events that led to losing her last summer. We saw her in the new year on a midnight cruise on the Yarra River, watching the Melbourne fireworks, sharing the New Year kiss, like we had done every year for a quarter century. It was one of the best New Year's Eves we'd shared. On the 1st of January 2016, we went to St Kilda Beach, walked down the pier and along the promenade in the sunshine. There were 2 great days, and we hoped they would be the start of a great year. Alas. Today I scatter more of Sue's ashes, some off the end of St Kilda Pier in the sunshine this morning, and some into the Yarra River at night, right next to the spot where we saw in 2016. I won't be in Melbourne for New Year's Eve this year, it's too much. But now Sue will be, and she'll be able to see the fireworks again, and wish, like all of us, that 2017 will be a much better year. 6th of January 2017. Sue and I first came to Thailand in 1994 and fell in love with the country, its people and its food. We vowed to come back, but it wasn't until 2009 that we finally did so, spending 2 weeks on the beautiful island of Koh Samui. We had a fabulous holiday, made all the more special when Sue's sister Daphne and Daph's daughter Bronwyn came out from Australia to join us for a week over Sue's birthday. It was one of those memorable holidays that we talked about often. I'm back this week, staying in the same hotel, a quiet place away from the main towns, in an idyllic setting with its own beach. When we were here, Sue and I stayed in room 125. By coincidence, I'm in room 124. 125 minus 1. While the locations all had great memories, sadly the weather hasn't lived up to expectations. I've been here 4 days and for the last 3 it's rained non-stop. So it's not quite as perfect a spot as I'd hoped to scatter Sue's ashes, but I'm sure she'd want me to brave the weather, and I did. When the sun comes back out, Sue will be in the sea, along the beach, enjoying herself here once more. 10th of January. I'm at the last meaningful stop on my brief round the world odyssey, the Dana Hotel on the Malaysian island of Langkawi. It's a fabulous colonial-style hotel in a stunning beachside location with the best customer service that Sue and I experience on all our travels. It's also a very special place for us. It's where we came for our honeymoon in August and September 2015. We'd had to delay the honeymoon for a year after our wedding because of Sue's illness. She had several radiotherapy treatments during that time, but it was worth the wait. It was one of, if not the best holiday we had. Sue loved it. She was so happy here. We even half-jokingly worked out how many years we could stay here if we sold our house. We had a wonderful time together, every bit as memorable as you'd want a honeymoon to be. We had no idea then, of course, that in less than 12 months, Sue would be gone. As such, it's also been the most emotional destination I've been on this trip. The whole place echoes of Sue. It feels as if every time I turn a corner here, she's going to be there waiting for me. She never is though. She's always one more corner away. Tonight, under a beautiful sunset, I walked out into the sea with my arms out wide, turning a circle in the water. I scattered her ashes for the last time on this trip. She luminesced in the water around me. I have more places to go yet, close to home over the next few months, before I complete my promise to Sue, to scatter her ashes around the world at places she loved. A few of those will mean more to her than this one. 13th of January. So, it's the last day of my whirlwind 35-day world tour. I'm in Kuala Lumpur for a short stop here before flying home tomorrow to complete the circumnavigation. It's a time to reflect, if you'll allow. A big thank you to everyone who's responded to my posts with comments or likes or messages. I'm very grateful. It's been an incredibly personal journey. I'm never sure how people react to sharing my thoughts. I wanted Sue's friends and family, people who cared for her, to be able to share in the trip. A few of you describe it as a love story, which is kind. Well, it's not a story unless you tell it. It's been an amazing trip. everything I hoped it would be and more. Emotional, cathartic, sad at times, but bring about a lot of wonderful memories too. For the first time, I've been able to look back through the fog of grief, pain and loss to see the fantastic time Sue and I shared on our travels. I've had a lot of time to think about the past and the future, and I've learned a lot. When I set out, I said this was about fulfilling my promise to Sue, my responsibility to carry out her last wish for her ashes to be scattered around the world. But I've realised this has been so much more than that. I thought this journey was about my doing something special for Sue, but it's turned out to be as much about what she has done for me. I've realised this isn't her last wish. My real responsibility to Sue now is to live my life. It's a bit of a grief cliche. Everybody always says, oh, she'd want you to be happy, and I know that. But it's not just that. If I want to honour Sue's memory and our 28 years together since we met in that office in Boreham Wood, I have a responsibility to carry on and to make something of my life, as hard as that may seem right now. I came away thinking this trip was all about what I was doing for Sue, but I've realised that this whole journey has been a gift from Sue to me. She used to get frustrated with me at birthdays and Christmas, so I could never think of any presents I wanted. Well, she knew what I needed this time, and what I didn't. Over the last 5 weeks, I can honestly say I've enjoyed myself and felt happiness for the first time since losing Sue. Her gift was to start me on the road to finding a way to be happy in a world without Sue. I still find that an incredibly difficult thing to accept. As Sue has opened a door for me and shown me there is a way through, I can't stop thinking about the love it takes to do that. Sick with cancer, fearful for her own mortality, and yet still able to give such a gift, even though I didn't see it as such at the time. I already knew I married an incredible, inspirational woman, but that just takes my breath away. I tried to look after her throughout her illness, but she's still looking after me. Sue said to me once that she thought about writing a letter to be opened only after she passed away, but she couldn't find the words to express what she wanted to say. Well, Susie, you found a way. Every day I've been saying to Sue, say hello somehow, give me a wave if you can. Turns out she's been here all along with me every step of the way. Below this post is my favourite recent photo of Sue, one that captures so much about her. Happy, smiling, beautiful, arms open wide, welcoming, saying hello. It's time to go home. Time to take a step through that door. Thank you, Sue, my love, for this incredible gift. Thank you for listening.